Anna sat at her desk in her English class. She looked down at her notebook. The teacher was talking, but Anna could not relax. Her heart was beating fast. She was afraid the teacher might call on her. She did not want to speak in front of everyone. She did not feel ready. Anna wanted to learn English. She really did. She had been studying for many months. She could read a little. She could write short sentences. But speaking was very difficult for her. When she tried to talk, her voice was quiet. She often forgot the words. Sometimes she stopped in the middle of a sentence because she did not know how to finish it. One day and after class, Anna stayed behind. She walked slowly to the teacher and said, "Good morning. I want to speak better English, but I feel nervous. I know I need to improve. I just don't know how." The teacher smiled kindly. She had helped many students like Anna. She spoke gently and slowly. "It's okay to feel nervous, Anna," she said. "Many people feel this way. Learning a new language is not easy, but you can do it. And there is something simple you can do to help your speaking." Anna looked up. "What is it?" she asked. "Reading," the teacher said. Anna was surprised. "Reading? How does that help with speaking?" The teacher nodded. "Reading is more powerful than people think. It can help you in many ways. It helps you learn new words. It shows you how sentences are made. It helps your brain understand how English sounds and flows. And most importantly, it gives you confidence." Anna thought for a moment. She liked stories. She had read some short texts before, but only when the teacher gave them as homework. She never read for fun or practice on her own. The teacher continued, "Reading is safe. When you read, there is no pressure. No one is watching. You can go slowly. You can stop and think. You can learn at your own speed. And the more you read, the more you understand. You will see the same words again and again. Soon you will remember them without trying." Anna smiled a little. This idea made her feel calm. Reading felt better than trying to speak in front of the class. She wanted to try. "I still worry that I will forget new words," Anna said. "That is normal," the teacher replied. "Everyone forgets at first. But when you see a word again and again, it stays in your mind. That's how your brain works. And if you want to help your memory, you can write the word down. You can keep a notebook for new words, or you can make flashcards." "I've tried that before," Anna said, "but it feels like too much work. I can't remember every word." "You don't have to," said the teacher with a smile. "Don't try to learn too many new words at one time. Just choose 3 to 5 new words from each story. Write them down. Learn them slowly. It's more important to enjoy reading than to try to remember everything." Anna nodded. That sounded easier. Maybe she could do this. Maybe reading could help her speak better, little by little. Then the teacher said, "Let me tell you a story about a student I had before. His name was Mark. He was just like you." Anna listened carefully. "Mark wanted to speak better English," the teacher said, "but he was shy. He didn't talk much in class. He often felt lost when people spoke too fast. He could read a little, but he didn't think reading would help his speaking. Still, I told him the same thing I told you. Start reading simple English stories." "What happened?" Anna asked. "He tried it," said the teacher. "At first it was slow. He didn't understand everything. He had to guess the meaning of some words, but he didn't stop. He read every day, only 10 or 15 minutes. He underlined new words. He wrote them in a notebook. And something wonderful happened. After a few weeks, he started to understand more. He didn't need to stop as often. He saw the small words again and again, and they became familiar. Anna was interested now. She wanted to hear more. The teacher smiled and said, "Soon." Mark began to feel more confident. He could remember more words when he spoke. He began using full sentences. He didn't feel afraid to speak in class. Reading helped him feel comfortable with the language. Over time, his English became smoother. He even got a better job because he could speak more clearly with clients and coworkers. Anna's eyes lit up. "That's amazing," she said. "So reading really helped him speak better." "Yes," the teacher said, "because reading is not just about words on a page. It helps your brain learn how English works. It helps you see real examples of English sentences. When you read a lot, your brain starts to think in English. And when it's time to speak, the words come faster." Anna felt something new. It was a small feeling of hope. Maybe reading could help her too. Maybe she didn't need to be perfect right now. Maybe she just needed to start. That night, Anna went home and searched online for easy English stories. She found one about a girl who traveled to a new country. It had short sentences and simple words. She read it slowly. She understood most of it. She underlined 4 new words. She smiled. The next day, she read it again. It felt easier the second time. She could guess the meaning of the new words now. She wrote them in her notebook. She even tried to say one sentence from the story out loud. It was just the beginning, but it was a good beginning. Anna didn't feel so afraid anymore. She had found a new path, and step by step, word by word, she would walk forward on it. 2 weeks had passed since Anna began reading every day. She had made a new habit. After dinner, she sat in a quiet corner of her room. She chose a short story or an article written in easy English. Sometimes she reads about friendship. Sometimes she reads about travel. The stories were short, but they were interesting. At first, reading was slow. Anna had to stop many times to think. She did not know every word. But she did not give up. She remembered what her teacher said. "You don't need to understand everything. Just try to understand most of it. Guess the meaning of words from the sentence." Anna followed that advice. She used a pencil to underline new words. She did not underline everything, only 3 or 4 new words from each story. Then she wrote those words in her notebook. Next to each word, she wrote a short meaning and a simple sentence. After that, she read the story again. Reading the same story more than once helped her understand better. She noticed how the words were used. She began to feel more comfortable with the sentence structure. The second or third time she read, it felt easier. Then, Anna tried something new. She started reading out loud. She wanted to hear how the words sounded. She read slowly, one sentence at a time. At first, her voice was soft. She made some mistakes, but she kept going. Later, Anna recorded her voice using her phone. She read a paragraph from the story and listened to herself. At first, it was strange. She was not used to hearing her own voice. But after a few days, she noticed that she was improving. Her reading became smoother. She said the words more clearly. Her confidence was growing. Anna also started using some fun reading activities. Her teacher had given her more ideas. One idea was called shadow reading. She found a short audiobook online and listened to the speaker. After each sentence, she paused the audio and repeated what she heard. She tried to copy the speaker's voice and rhythm. It was like acting in a small play. This helped her learn the natural way of speaking English. Another idea was to create a word wall at home. She took small sticky notes and wrote one new word on each note. She placed the notes on her bedroom wall, near her mirror, and on the fridge. Every day, she looked at the words. She read them. She tried to use them in her thoughts or short sentences. She also started writing a mini journal. After reading a story, she wrote 2 or 3 sentences about it. Sometimes she wrote about her feelings or about what she learned from the story. She used the new words from the reading. This helped her remember the words better. All these small steps helped Anna feel more connected to English. She was not just reading, she was listening, speaking, and writing too. It was like English was becoming part of her daily life. As she kept reading, she noticed something exciting. When people spoke English around her, she understood more. She did not feel frozen like before. She could catch key words. She could guess the meaning. Sometimes she even answered with a short sentence. These moments gave her joy. She felt proud. Anna remembered the story about Mark. Like her, he had started slowly. He had read short stories every day. He had used the STIM strategies. Now she understood how he made progress. It was not fast, but it was real. Reading helped the brain learn in a natural way. Anna learned that speaking English does not start with speaking. It starts inside the mind. Reading helps you build the language in your brain. The more you see the words and phrases, the more they become part of you. Later, when you speak, the words are already there. You do not need to search for them. They come more easily. One day, Anna's teacher asked the class a question. Anna raised her hand. Her heart was still beating fast, but she spoke. She said a short answer, using a sentence from one of her stories. Her classmates looked at her. Some smiled. The teacher nodded with joy. Anna smiled too. It was a small step, but it was big for her. She knew now that reading was helping her speak better, not only because she was learning words, but because she was building something deeper. She was learning how English feels, how it moves, how it sounds. She felt proud of herself. She was not perfect. She still made mistakes, but she was no longer afraid. Reading had become a part of her life. It was not homework. It was not pressure. It was something she enjoyed. It was her private time with the English language, a time to learn, to imagine, and to grow. She felt more hopeful. She was discovering something new every day, and this discovery made her stronger. She understood now that learning English is not only about grammar and rules. It is about connection. It is about feeling. And reading gave her that feeling. She was ready to keep going. She was ready for more. 6 months had passed since Anna began reading every day. Her life had changed in quiet but powerful ways. She still studied grammar. She still listened to English at times. But reading had become her favorite habit. It was simple, peaceful, and helpful. It was something she looked forward to every day. Each evening after dinner or before bed, Anna opened a new story. Sometimes she read for 15 minutes, sometimes for 30. She read at her own pace. She did not worry about finishing quickly. She read to enjoy. She read to learn. Over time, her notebook had filled with new words and useful sentences. But more than that, her heart was now filled with a quiet confidence. She no longer felt afraid of English. She felt connected to it. English was not something outside of her anymore. It was something she carried inside. One day at work, something special happened. A visitor came to Anna's office. He was from another country and spoke only English. Her manager asked, "Can someone help greet our guest and show him around?" Anna stood still for a moment. Her heart beat faster. Then she raised her hand and said, "I can help." Everyone looked at her. Her manager smiled. "Thank you, Anna," he said. Anna walked to the visitor and said, "Hello, welcome. I will show you around." Her voice was calm. She did not speak fast, but she spoke clearly. She used simple, correct sentences. She smiled. The visitor smiled back and answered her. They talked for several minutes. Anna understood him. She asked questions. She answered with confidence. She even made a small joke, and they both laughed. After the visitor left, her manager came to her. "You did a great job," he said. "Your English is strong." Anna smiled. Inside, she felt proud. She had just spoken English with someone new, and she did not feel nervous. This was her breakthrough moment. Something had changed. She was not the same person she was 6 months ago. Reading had made this possible. It helped her build a strong foundation. By reading every day, she had trained her brain. She had learned how words and sentences work. She had read hundreds of examples of how people speak, how they express ideas, how they tell stories. She had seen those words again and again. When it was time to speak, the words came more easily. She had also learned something important. She did not need to speak perfect English to communicate. She just needed to speak with clarity and confidence. Reading gave her that clarity. It helped her speak without fear. Anna also discovered that choosing the right kind of reading made a big difference. She read stories that touched her heart. She read about friendship, travel, love, and dreams. These stories used real-life words and expressions. They helped her feel more connected to the language. When she cared about the topic, she remembered the words better. She was learning with emotion, not just memory. She also liked reading personal blogs written in simple English. Some blogs talked about daily life. Some shared lessons about kindness or growth. These small texts helped her learn how to speak about her own life. She learned to say things like, "Today I felt proud," or "I want to try something new." These were simple sentences, but they were useful. They helped her speak from the heart. Anna remembered her teacher's words. Reading is not just for study, it is for connection. Now she understood what that meant. Reading connected her to the language, but it also connected her to people, to ideas, and to new parts of herself. One weekend, Anna went to a small English learning event in her city. There, she met other students who were also learning English, and there, she saw a familiar face. It was Mark, the student her teacher had told her about many months ago. They talked. Mark shared his story. He told Anna how he had started with simple stories and short books, just like her. Now he worked at an international company. He spoke English with clients from around the world. He still read every day, and he still believed that reading was the key to his success. Anna smiled and told him her story, too. She shared how nervous she had felt in the beginning. She talked about the stories she loved, the notebook she filled, and the first time she recorded her voice. She told him about the moment at work when she helped the visitor. Mark listened and said, "You're doing amazing. Reading really does change everything, doesn't it?" "Yes," Anna said. "It changed how I speak, but it also changed how I feel about myself." Later, Anna joined a small reading group with other learners. She helped new students choose stories. She gave them ideas on how to read, how to write new words, and how to practice speaking. She became a guide for others, just like her teacher had been for her. Anna knew she was still learning. She still made mistakes. But now, she was not afraid of those mistakes. She knew that every sentence, every page, every word was helping her grow. She learned that reading was more than a skill. It was a habit that gave her power. It gave her freedom to speak. It gave her courage to try. And it gave her joy. If someone asked her, "How did you learn to speak better English?" she would smile and say, "I started reading every day, just a little, and it changed my life." Anna's journey was not over. She would keep reading, she would keep learning, but now she walked with confidence. She had found her voice, and it all began with a simple choice: to open a book and believe in herself. Anna started with fear. She wanted to speak better English, but she was shy and nervous. Every time she tried to speak, she felt unsure. She was afraid of making mistakes. She often stayed quiet in class. Like many learners, she thought she was not good enough. But then, something changed. Anna began to read simple English stories. At first, it was not easy. She did not understand every word. She read slowly, but she kept going. Every day she read a little. She underlined new words. She wrote short notes. She read out loud when she could. And day by day, something beautiful happened. Anna started to feel more confident. She began to understand how English sentences worked. She started to remember useful phrases. When someone spoke to her, she could reply. When she needed to speak at work, she could do it. She was not perfect, but she was improving. Reading helped Anna speak better because reading gave her time, space, and peace. It helped her build vocabulary. It helped her feel the rhythm of English. It helped her think in English. Most of all, reading helped her believe in herself. Later, she met Mark, a student with a story like hers. Together, they shared their journeys. Both of them had changed their lives, not by using hard methods or big books, but by reading simple texts every single day. So, what is the big lesson from Anna's story? Small steps every day create big change. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to study for hours. But if you do one simple thing every day, like reading a short story, you will grow. Your brain will remember. Your voice will become stronger. You will feel proud of yourself. Now, ask yourself, what is one small step you can take today? Maybe read one paragraph. Maybe write one sentence. Maybe listen and read at the same time. Whatever it is, start today. Make it a habit. You will be amazed by the result. Thank you for listening to Anna's story. By listening to the full story, you have improved your English, too. Your listening is better. Your understanding is stronger. You stayed with the story until the end, and that means you are already growing. Now it's time for a fun question. Let's see how well you understood the story. Question: what helped Anna feel more confident speaking English? A. Watching TV shows every night. B. Reading simple English stories every day. Comment your answer below. A or B. I'll be checking the comments, so don't forget to write your answer. If you enjoyed the story and you want more English stories like this, please subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me create more content to help you learn and grow. Every like, comment, and subscribe gives me the motivation to continue. And if you want to support this channel even more, please consider donating. Creating high-quality content takes time and effort, especially in the beginning. Your donation helps me keep going and make even better lessons for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for learning with me. Let's keep growing together, one word, one sentence, and one story at a time.